nice to see you. Last week, I thought I would see you. I thought I would be on, but me being me. When my friend phoned to say, "What are you wearing tonight?" and I says, "Why was happening tonight?" and she goes, "We're going to the party." Oh, so I thought it was the night. That's why I use a dictionary. A dictionary is going to be one of these nights. That's why I use a diary, because I can never remember anything. So I had a lovely time. So who's in tonight? Who is in tonight? Who's in the house? So let's see. Oh my goodness, he's all waiting. He's all waiting. So Lisa in New Zealand. Good morning from Whakatane. I think it's Whakatane, New Zealand, where the royal family tears and upsets, more so losing income. Will the Australian daughter become queen? The Australian daughter become queen? The Australian daughter. Right, wait till we see. That's one. Become queen. Right now, I don't see. I think Australia might become a republic. Anyway, hello, Marianne. Hi, Karen and Sofa. I'm looking forward to another great reading. Sending you all love and light from Bay of Islands, New Zealand. Hi, Marianne. And who else is here? Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen. Good morning from Perth, Western Australia. What a weird morning it is here. Yes, the banks of Australia have something going on. A lot have closed on the east coast, and some in Western Australia have reduced their hours now. Kathleen, funny you should say that. I'll mark this so I know where I am. I've just done the reading earlier on today, right? Now, I'll edit it and I'll put it up, because most of it's unedited, but there's times where I'll drop something or something will happen, or the train is just so loud that you can't hear it, so I edit these bits out. But funnily you should say about the financial system, I done a reading earlier on the day that I'm going to edit if I'm not too tired, and get it up for tomorrow, because not so much New Zealand but Australia came out, and it was the banking crash. Is there going to be a crash? See, like say the 1926, I think it was, Wall Street crash, that kind of the economy crashing, and I was kind of propelled to do a reading, so it's all done. I just need to edit it. But funnily you should say that, because Australia came out, so I will try and get that up as quickly as possible. Okay, I didn't see crashing. I'll let you know that one. But it was interesting. It was interesting what other things came out. Okay, I've done a few wee readings just now to get up. I done one for Melbourne. So that was like one for the economy and one for Melbourne. So they two are coming. Okay. Oh yes, I'm way ahead of myself. Way ahead of myself. Anyway, so to get back on, so Amanda's here. Hi, Amanda. Wondering what you pick up. Oh my God, Phil and Holly, eh? Oh geez, oh man. Two. You pick up Phil and Holly, and you, it's trivial. Right, so Phil, Holly. Right, so I'm assuming that you all understand that Phil and Holly skipped the queue. Now, they were the darlings. I never ever really liked them, but they were the darlings of morning TV this morning. So they skipped the queue to go and see wee Queenie, in the line of state, and it's blown up. It's blown up. So we'll have a wee reading that. But we'll see what next. Will it blow over? Because I thought it might, but it doesn't seem to be. Because there's a petition to get them removed. But is it a barometer of how the public have a voice, so does sort of connect. Yes, do you know there's a lot going on, Amanda? There's a lot going on that I've noticed as well, you know. So that was Amanda, and Irene's here. Hi Irene, greetings from sunny Auckland. Ricardo Bossi, Australia, said that the central fiat bank has collapsed in Australia and New Zealand, but mainstream media are not covering that story. Wonder why. Well, as I said, Irene, I've done a reading on it. So if I'm not too tired, I might try and get it up the night. Well, my night, you know, because I was just sitting, and all of a sudden, you know, because I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, I've got the live tonight, and I've got a few wee things I wanted to do, and you know, because I had a few wee readings this morning for my wee regulars, and this afternoon I had time to myself, and I was cleaning the house and everything, and getting the washing on, you know, those daily tasks. And then all of a sudden, you know, Thomas came in and goes, maybe need to do a wee reading in the climate, the you know, the economy. So I did. Okay. So I'll maybe try and get it up maybe later the day, or I'll be up tomorrow. It's Saturday sometime, you know. So yes, it's funny how that's come out, and the mainstream media will not tell you that because they'll not be wanting you to panic. But I'm wondering if that's what's coming tomorrow. Although I did that reading and it didn't show up, but maybe it just wasn't ready to show up. So we'll just need to wait. But I did that reading, and yes, it was a. Do you know? I'll tell you some because I think we need to know, right? It was a case of don't put all your eggs in the one basket. Move them around. Move them around. To me, which I interpreted as don't have all their money in the one bank. If you still use banks right enough, move it around so that they can only take so much money. They can't. But if they're collapsing, they're collapsing. I remember I said about a bail-in, and that came up. So as I said, I'll try and kind of, if I'm not too tired after doing this, I'll try and edit it as quickly as possible to get it up. Okay, so who's next? Who's next? Hi Teresa. Hello Karen. Was that the real Jacinda at Queen's funeral? The real Jacinda? There was a hell of a lot of things went on at the Queen's funeral. Okay, so we'll take another one as well. Before we start the readings, I'll tell you my thoughts on the Queen's funeral, right? There was a hell of a lot of signage and patterns where I just thought, they're no in charge. And was it Wednesday? I just really, do you know, Jan, maybe you get a sickly feeling and it's like just foreboding, a foreboding feeling as in something's not quite right. And then by Thursday it went away, and then this morning it came back for a wee while, but it's away again. So I don't know, because I go with my feelings and I can't put my finger on it, which is really annoying me because I don't know what this is, you know. Anyway, where was I? Did I miss? Hello, Karen. Oh, that was at the real. That sorry. Hi, Gail. Hi, Karen. Love to my soul family from Dunedin. Hi, Gail. And AO's here. Morning, evening, everyone from Auckland. Karen, could you read on the meeting with CA bigwigs with Five Eyes countries in Queenstown? So that's the what's the CA's bigwigs. 5 countries. and Queens. Okay, that's us got 4. Right. So, hold on, I see where I was before. Right, Amanda. Hey, Amanda. Hi, Gail. Hi, everyone. Love from the UK. Right, we'll sing with Gail just now. Amanda, sorry, just now. Right, so, yes, I sat through that pile of pish. Right, I mean, that's all I can say is, right, there was times where I was moved. I was moved. The lowering of the coffin and the walking away, the lone piper walking away. But the lowering of the coffin, that took me back to my mum. So that's why I was tearful, because it took me back to my mum's funeral, where the curtains closed and it disappeared. The lone piper walking away, I got the distinct impression, oh my goodness, Scotland's walked away. And I still think Scotland will walk away from this. Certain things that happened. The biggest thing for me that happened was the bigwigs coming in the coach. That was really very telling. No big ministerial cars. Now, when I know of no big state event where the bigwigs have come in a coach. And I remember, all Jacinda saying, "Oh no," I mean, she was all for it. Oh, she was all for it. In this time, in this climate, oh, shut up, Ed, just shut up. Was being on the bus. The only one that wasn't on the bus, as far as I'm aware, was Biden. Possibly because he might have thought he was going to the seaside. There was one where I watched it in Sky News, and I heard. Do you know, Jan, where I thought I had heard them saying that she'd been lying in state for 4 years, all Queenie. And no, Jan, maybe you think, did I hear that right? Did I hear that right? Because that was the programme I was watching it on. Because that's the only thing I could find on YouTube, because I've not got anything else. And I thought, did they slip? But they didn't correct themselves. Because if they were lying in, like say it was Westminster, it was Westminster Hall. So that was another great big flag, as in white flag for me, as in this is all. But it was anybody who's awake was fine, was getting this. Anybody who wasn't, I will not be, because it will just be another day. There was other significant things that I thought. The whole debacle with Harry and Meghan. I think, personally, he was given an ultimatum. He's a vessel for getting all this out. Does it make him good? I don't like any of them. Don't get me wrong, I did like Diana. And I always thought that Harry was removed from them. But the rest of them I have no time for at all. King Charles, he's right well in with the World Economic Forum. He's right in there. So that was a worry. That if there had been the pomp and ceremony and the red carpet and all the ministerial cars coming in, I would have been worried. But because they didn't. And you never even seen them. Did you not notice that? Before when, like other big dignitaries have passed away, they zoom in on all these people. They didn't zoom in on them all. Unless they did in the BBC, I don't know. But the one that I watched, nobody was zoomed in on. And then they were saying, Biden was 14 rows back. And then they're trying to say, oh, but no, because that was the people for the Commonwealth had to sit there. It doesn't matter. It was a case of, I just found it very underwhelming, but maybe that was just me because I couldn't be bothered. I don't like them. I just, we don't need them. But yes, there was definitely something wasn't right. As it was right for us because coming in a coach, and then the other thing was to expose was Trudeau singing, and he was given it all. He's all singing Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen Bohemian Rhapsody. Now anybody, Bohemian Rhapsody is my all-time favourite song. It always has been. But even then, you don't really know what that's about. You know, you think it's, I thought it was somebody who had killed somebody or, but it was quite telling. And he, he was the lowest of the low for doing that. And I thought, that's another signal to me that they're not in charge. Because when would you ever say that? Some president or prime minister or whatever the hell he is of Canada having a karaoke. And Biden. Just now, I think there's going to be a switch. I maybe do a reading, a switch and just coming really, really. I would think it would be imminent with Biden. I thought it would be earlier on, but did you see him the day? Walking away and not knowing where he was. Very, very much things going on. But that was my take on the the whole scene. Do I think Charles will be king? No, I don't think so at all. I don't see him as king. Yes, he's getting called King Charles. He's getting called King Charles. But no. Another thing I found that was just to finish on this and then we'll get started with the readings. Harry didn't sing God Save the King. When it honed in, see, remember when the big ceremony, I probably didn't watch it, but when they homed in, when, old Queenie had disappeared and that was him singing God Save the King, and they focused in, but it was funny how they didn't focus in on, they just kind of focused on like a kind of slow, because I've done filming, right, it was like a wee slow pan that they did of the front row. But then it was a really zoom, zoom, zoom right into Harry's face, and he wasn't singing God Save the King. I'm quite sure Meghan was, but he wasn't. He wasn't. Because I thought maybe it's just the way he's caught and they're going on another bit, but no, they weren't. Scots as a rule, well, the royalists, but other Scots as a rule don't sing God Save the King because of, I think it's the 6th verse. Rebellious Scots to crush. Rebellious Scots to crush. That was our national anthem. Wow. So we don't sing it. Anyway, so let's go on with the readings after all that. I've kind of marked where we were because I like to say hello to everybody who's taking the time to come. So I hope you've got all your wee cups of tea. I've got my water. Your tea, it'll be your breakfast. You need a sandwich for lunch. Anybody that's new here. So what was the first question? Will the Australian daughter be queen? Will the Australian daughter be queen? Will the Australian daughter be queen? Well, I'll keep that there because I wanted out. Will the Australian daughter be queen? No, I don't, I don't see, I don't see it. I see heartbroken, heartbroken. I feel as if there is somebody going to challenge. I feel as if somebody's going to challenge for the crown, the crown. If they're going to challenge for the crown, then they must be in a par with Charles. They must be in a par with Charles. I, as I said, I don't see Charles being king at all. I mean, I know he's being called King Charles, but I don't see him being crowned. I don't see him being crowned as yet. Right, there's definitely somebody going to challenge for this crown, or talk of challenging for the crown. So that would make it on a par with Charles. It wouldn't make it like William. I feel as if this is somebody whose ages with Charles. Whose ages with Charles. Definitely. Those that are close to the royal family, those who are not in the royal family, but the ones that do with it daily, the firm, those that look after the firm day by day, they're all stressing out about something. There's something stressing them out. So I'm getting the fortune does not lie with Charles. It doesn't lie with Charles. I mean, I know this is about the girl, but she's not showing up yet. She's not showing up yet. Right, there's four. Right, there's four in line to this throat. Well, there is. There's Charles, William. What's the wee boy's name? Is it George? Is that the oldest? George? Charlotte? Well, there's five because there's Louis. I would like Louis to be. I think that would be quite. I mean, could you imagine him? I mean, I know he's only a wee baby, but did you see him at the? I only seen clips of him, and he wouldn't sit still. He would not sit still. He was making faces. He's a handful because she could, Princess Catherine could not control this wee boy. So he must be, and it put me in mind of having maybe ADHD, which I feel as if he's maybe come in as a starseed and he's been born into the wrong family. Either that and he's in to straighten him out. Right, no, I feel as if it's not a girl that's going to challenge. I feel as if it's a man. But this man's in Australia, and I don't get it as the man who's speaking out, who says he's Charles's and Camilla's son. I feel this is somebody else just sitting in the background, biding their time, biding their time. Did see? I don't know. I mean, did the Queen and Philip ever go to Australia first before they? I don't know if it was before they were married or go somewhere before they were married. Because I feel as if something. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing the baby given away. They gave a baby away. And I don't know if this is the baby who would be older than Charles. Who would be older. So I don't see, there's no girl as yet showing up in these cards. Oops, okay, that one's there. One more. We'll have one more. See, these first three, right, this is over money. I feel as if somebody's going to get bought off. They're going to get bought off to shut up. Shut up. That's what I'm hearing. Buy him off. Buy him off. I feel this is a man. Buy him off. Do you know, the royal family are destined for something, but I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's they're destined for something, but I don't know if it's to rule. They had to accept something. They had to accept something. It's over. It's over. Even now, they were trying to say there was loads and loads and loads of people out, but there wasn't really. There wasn't really. Not in the sense where, like say earlier, like years and years and years ago, even in Diana's, I think there was more at Diana's funeral than there was at the Queen's. But the way that they panned in on people and the way that they pushed them all together to make them look more, that's all the tricks of the trade that you do to get a crowd scene. When I used to do filming, you used to move the crowd about. You used to move them. Like, you go for there, like, you go for there. Wear a different jacket, put on different, you know what I mean? So that it look like, because you would only have a budget of a few, so you could only get a few people, but you could expand in how you would do things to make it, like say, if you needed extras, you would put them in different things and different jackets and stuff, and kind of pan it away from them, but it's as if so that you could have two people walking by. The tricks of the trade, and they were out in full view, and even when she passed away, when she went up the Royal Mile, it was all trick photography, it was trick camera work. Anybody that works in the industry would know that. That was all, zooming in and pulling back and zooming in and making it look as if it's so different. I feel as if there's going to be information coming out now that Queenie's away. I can't say that, the relics in the palace anymore, because she's not in her palace anymore, but I feel as if there's going to be things that they were burying coming out. Oh yes, coming out. Even now, the people's perception of this wasn't, it was a case of, yeah, oh right, okay, that's her buried. Scotland did that. Scotland was off. The shops closed in Scotland, but did Scotland go and watch, like say the thing? But no, they didn't. They watched. They binge watched Netflix. They're putting up a front. They're putting up a face. They're putting on a brave face. This is the royal family, and it's got nothing to do with all Queenie dying. It's nothing to do with that. Somebody's going to play the victim. Somebody's playing the victim. This girl's still not come on. She's still not here, so I can't, unless she comes in these cards. Unless she comes in this deck. Let's see. Oops. Okay. Unless she comes in this one. Here we go. The royal family's going on a new path, a new one. See, this is a girl that knows all the girl's turned up, but she knows all the secrets. I don't feel as if this is I don't feel as if she's in Australia. I feel as if she's somewhere else and she knows all the secrets. She knows all the secrets. Right, this is the girls coming in now. There's one in Australia, but she doesn't want it. She doesn't want it. What's the question? See, She doesn't really want it, but this is a yes card. So will she become queen? Queen of something? Queen of something. I feel as if Charles is going to get frozen out. I feel as if once things settle down, I feel as if Australia will become a republic and so will New Zealand and so will Scotland. I feel as if Scotland's going to go its own path. And it will be a republic. I feel as if Australia, New Zealand, even Canada, because I feel as if Canada's going to do the same, and Scotland, there'll be some sort of pact. Because Scots went to New Zealand, Scots went to Australia, probably sent, because we just couldn't behave ourselves, we were probably sent to Australia, and Canada, and America as well. But you see, Scots are a nation that go out and explore, and we're a very welcoming nation, but just don't step on our toes. Don't come into our country and tell us how to run it, and that's what was happening. We're a very welcoming country, but history will show that Scots always went to explore, and Scots gave a hell of a lot to the world, you know. Oh, is it Harry that's going to be king? Or is he going to take down the royal family? Harry's big in this. He's got a part to play. He's got a part. I feel as if he did the deal. He did the deal. Because if anybody was going to bring them down, it'd be him. It'd be him. No. Whoever this is, it's a man. It's a man. So I'll take this one because I feel like, yep. Disappointments. But I feel as if there's two. There's two. I feel as if this isn't going to be plain sailing. I feel as if cracks are starting to appear just now. Prosperity lies ahead. Prosperity lies ahead. But I feel this is for like the UK and all those that these have taken from, all the countries that they took from. So are we getting all these things back that they took? So to answer that question, I don't think it's a girl. Although it did say yes, but she doesn't want it. But there's a man. There is a man. I don't feel as if it's the person who's saying that he's the son of Charles and Camilla. I feel as if this is somebody, possibly, maybe they had a child before they were married, and this child was sent away. That's what came through strong, and I'm feeling as if they would have a claim. You know. So that was the first one. What was the second one again? Oh, Holly and Phil. Do you know, I think the people are fed up with them because they've had so much exposure on the telly. Because they're everywhere. Every game show they're on. You know, nobody else can get a job for them. You know. It's the they didn't even her apology, because I was me, I was nosy enough. I just wanted to see what they were going to say, and this apology that she made, or no apology, but this explanation was the most insincere explanation I've ever seen in my life. And do you know, when I'm thinking, what are you wearing, hen? What are you wearing? not listening to what you're saying. I'm too busy looking at what you're wearing. You looked as if you've just stepped back into the 80s. And do you know, the look in their faces was the arrogance, the sheer arrogance of, we were there to do a job, and we were there to do this. No, you skipped the queue. I've got my feelings of what happened, but I obviously want to see what the cards say. Because this, they were there to what? No, to give a sense to, maybe be there, those who still watch, probably the 5 that still watch. But you would need a sense. All you needed to do was turn on the telly. You could have turned on Sky News, BBC News, ITV News, any news, because it was all getting covered. So why they had to go and do that is beyond me. So, Holly and Philly. Holly and Phil, what next? Okay. Wow, I know what that means. Okay. Right, this came out upside down. Not only has the ratings dipped, the show's ratings have dipped, they've plummeted, but so's their popularity. Their popularity's plummeted, and if, obviously being in the industry, if, like the producers, because it was the producing side I was in. It certainly wasn't in the acting. Writing, producing. But if you've got, like, just say Holly and Phil, right? And they're the draw for the audience, right? And the audience come in, and you need a big audience, especially if you've got adverts, right? So if they can't draw a big audience, and then the advertiser will be saying, well, okay, your demographic's down, so who's my advert going out to? Then they could be in trouble, because producers, are they going, I mean, look what they done to Eamon and his wife. But they were getting the ratings in, so I don't know if it was Trouble in Paradise. I think it might have been, because I think they were getting more popular than Holly and Jolly, but if you've got producers, and if producers are putting money into a show, and the show's not getting the ratings, and the popularity of the presenters is dipped, the presenters will need to go, and they need to get new people in, so that the ratings come back up. I feel as if they're in trouble. They're trying to weather the storm. They're trying to. I feel as if they've had a meeting, and this was damage control. Now, there's certain things I know, being in the industry, what would have happened, right? When that happened in the public, as soon as that happened, they would have called a PR, a PR to get damage control started, and that's when This Morning put out that, they were there in that, let's see, the capacity of, being presenters. That was damage control, because they knew that the public were raging, so they knew that they were in trouble. So now they're going to try and weather the storm. That's what they're going to do. I feel as if, with knowledge of the industry, and obviously the psychic realm, they've been in a meeting. They're still having meetings, because I think the show's in trouble with Hodget and Doddit there. They were wanting a breakthrough. They were going to just say, right, okay, we'll weather the storm for a week and see what happens. They can't get a breakthrough just now, because people are still absolutely raging at them. Raging. It was the case of them walking by. The one that got me was them walking by, lording it over people, And it's not as much as they didn't queue. It was the way they just walked by people as if, look at us, we're great, we're just going in there. My God. And people didn't like that, especially when other celebrities were queuing, like David Beckham queued. Susanna, who is a journalist, queued with her mum. Other people queued. That was when nobody, we shouldn't have had celebrities because, whether you like it or not, she was the ruler. She ruled over everybody, but they were lording it over people. And the way they walked in, lording it, you could see by the way they even walked that they were lording it over. Look, no, look at me, I'm great. Well, they're not so great. There's one thing that you don't do, and it's step in the public's toes, and then keep stepping in the public's toes and digging your heels in. I feel as if they're not careful, their career will be over. The two of them. This is a case of, it's not even been, this was the catalyst of it, because this happened when they were sitting apart, and then you would see them, and then they would be going out to the theatre and they would be together. So the public were getting the perception of, hey, hold on a minute, when you're in the studio, you're that far apart, but when you're not in the studio and you're watching something at the theatre and the two of you are laughing and joking together. So I think that's where it started. The mistrust of them. Yep. Wake up call. That was a wake up call as well. As in, the celebrity status has to come down as well. Because they're no different. They just think they are. They still think even now, they still think they did nothing wrong. And they can't understand why the public are so against them just now. They can't understand it. It's their ego. I mean, their egos are so bloody big that they can't see. Even now, they don't think they've done anything wrong. Even now. The most insincere apology I've ever heard in my life. I feel as if they're talking to somebody else. I feel as if they're talking to somebody who's young male, possibly with a female, to take over this show, because they know that they might be finished. I think it all depends, and they're going to try and see out the rest of this month and maybe half of next to see how it goes, to see if it's as if it's going like this, it's balancing, it's to see if it balances itself out. But they're talking to somebody else who might take over. Ooh, see that one to there. Okay. Okay, so they're getting grief. They're getting grief. Still. Do you know, the one that's most upset is Holly, because she likes the adulation. She likes everybody, to look at her and I think, look at me, I'm great. She's the one I feel as if maybe is it Holly that's got a lawyer involved? I think it might be Holly. Because she's just, you know, they can't get their head around why what they done was what they keep asking. What did we do that was so wrong? What did we do that was so wrong? And then they said something else, and they were proven to be telling lies because they said that, you know, it was something about the end, how they get in, and they were sneaked in. You know, they came in at a different entrance or something, and but it was all I could see was the way that they were lording it over everybody. That really, really, that would have pissed me off if I had been standing there for 15 hours or whatever, how many hours they were standing, and Tweedle bloody Dean, Tweedle bloody Dum just walked in, getting, you know, oh, look at us. Fucking, why was she even wearing a mask? Why was she wearing the mask? See, that to me, I think this is what's really annoyed people as well. How dare she? Did she think she was going to catch something? That's angered people too. Yeah, yes. Even now, they're still confused. They're still confused. Their popularity is diminishing. It's diminishing now as we speak. Yeah, absolutely. I knew this card would come out. It was their vanity. They were vain. Totally vain. The two of them. You know, I don't even know who's the most vain of the two of them. I think it might be Philip. I think he's more vain than she is. Do you know the guilt that's? I don't know if there was people with them. I don't know if there was partners with them, but whoever was with them is feeling a bit guilty. They're feeling guilty, but no, no, they just they are so far up their own hin end. It's a wonder they're no turned themselves outside in. You know, that's how far up their own hin end they are. Oh, it's that wanted out, so we'll just put that there. Okay. They're trying to find a solution, and at least she is. She's trying to find a solution. Because obviously she just no matter lose her job. Her jobs. Her jobs. I wonder if her agent's a woman. She's talking to a woman anyway. She's talking to a woman. Wow. I feel as if the producer. I feel as if there's the producer of the show, but there's. See, from what I can remember, there's the producer, but then there's the head of the network. Because you'll have the producer of the show, but the network it's on, which is ITV. I feel as if whoever the producer is, the head of the network might be calling for heads to roll. Heads to roll. And I don't even think that's just all involved. I feel as if this is the production team in on this morning, the head of the network that kind of brings that show is calling for resignations because this has been an absolute PR disaster. I mean, if there's going to be a PR disaster, it's got to be in the middle of the Queen Line estate, where they should do like that. Should have been, oh my goodness, that's the greatest moment for that show, and it's been the worst. It's been the worst. I feel as if they're in a meeting talking about an overhaul of the show, because I feel even before that the show was losing. It's losing its demographic. It doesn't even appeal to its demographic anymore, which was those that stay at home, those that maybe work from home. You know, so it's not appealing. It's lost its demographic. It doesn't even know who it's appealing to now. I feel as if there's going to be a big overhaul of the show if it's going to survive. It's been going since 1988, so if it's going to survive, it needs a big overhaul. This is definitely somebody in the network. I feel as if this is somebody for ITV, because they'll be putting money in as well. As far as unless it's changed, I'm sure they put money in too. Of the buy of the show, and I feel as if it's not even working for ITV, ITV might release it and let it go somewhere else. I definitely feel that's like it came through in the first one, but they're definitely talking to a younger presenter to present the show. Talking to, I feel as if they're trying to revamp the show and they need a younger demographic. It's something about the demographic as well. Because that used to be the go-to show. It used to be, but it's not now. So even before that, I feel as if there was talk going on about, ratings and what's going on and what's happening. The perception of the show has changed. The perception of the show is not what it used to be. But society's changed. Society's not got the same, like interests anymore. So that was filling hot. I feel as if the two of them are in trouble. But I feel as if the two of them were in trouble before that anyway. I feel as if the show was in trouble. The show was in trouble. And that was just an absolute disaster. It's been a PR disaster. The PR disaster, that's not coming from Spirit, that's coming from me. I know because I was in the industry, so I know that was a PR disaster. The biggest show, that could have been the biggest ratings. It could have been a great, good pool. If they'd stood in the queue and spoke overnight, could you imagine the footage they would have got? But no. I feel as if they maybe put it to them and they said no. Because they're special snowflakes. They're special snowflakes. You can just tell I'm just not a Holly and a Phil fan. So the next one was Jacinda. Was that the real one? Right, so was that the real one? Is that the real Jacinda? I felt when I seen footage, it didn't. There was just something very, what's the word I'm looking for? Strange about it. There is strange about it anyway, but I felt as if she was holding back. Right, so Jacinda. Was that the real one? There's something about her. She's been defeated. Now I thought that she would resign this month. Right now, honest to God, Dad thinks she'd resign this month. I still see her resigning. I still see her walking away. So I hate getting people's hopes up, but sometimes sometimes it changes. But I still see her resigning. She's had a big defeat. Do you know what the big defeat was? She wanted to keep those. These rights, and well, it's obviously taking the rights, but she wanted to keep those mandates going for as long as possible, and she was defeated. I feel as if, and I don't know if I've said before, but I feel as if she was called into a meeting and told, just said no, get them down, get them away. I don't know. Have you heard a lot of gossip coming out about her? Because I feel as if there's a lot of people talking about her. I don't feel as if it was, but I don't feel as if the real one's been around. I don't. If there's not information coming out about her just now, information will be coming out. She's sailing away. I'm just hoping that she's resigning and she's not just, going. I feel as if the trouble that she caused, New Zealand is sailing out of now. You're sailing out of it now. She's still very much part of the crazies. Still very much part of them. I see her in front of somebody's giving her either her marching orders but this is on the good side. On the good side. It's as if she was called to, like, I don't know if it's a tribunal or some. Oh, she's been in front of somebody. And I feel as if it was a mandate and she was told. I feel as if she was told before and she's went against them and they've said, get them away. We're not asking you, we're telling you. It's something to do with a male. I don't know if it's her. He, she. Do you know, it could be. It might have been somebody else because I feel as if her reign of terror is coming to an end. And it was a reign of terror coming to an end. I feel as if she's had her marching orders. Her marching orders. Okay. She's like Holly Phil, so vain. So vain. So look at me, I'm the greatest thing that has ever lived. She liked the limelight, she liked the lifestyle, she liked everything, she liked the look what I can do. I, I'm getting it. She was finished when she went after the children. When she was these for the children. Right, it's that a complete. She's completed it. I'm just wondering why the resignation's not came yet. I don't know. I don't know why it hasn't. It should have. I feel as if there's still information to come out, but it's cloaked just now. I think they're waiting for something else. They're waiting for something else. See the emergency powers. Are they still in play? Because I'm getting emergency powers. Because they're still in play with Scotland. I mean, she's keeping them forever, apparently. But I feel as if there's something about the emergency powers that they're wanting to keep. Just so they can bring them out and in when they want. Right, her popularity's at rock bottom. People don't even watch her now. And I'm getting even the elderly don't watch her now. As people still kind of... She's not as popular as she was. In fact, I would say that she's really, really unpopular. But there is that wee aspect of people who still like her. It's the same when we're Tartan Tyrant. There's still the aspect of people who still like her. And that's... It's getting them away, you know. She's actually quite confused. She's actually quite confused. And don't tell me she thought she was doing the right thing. When is your elections? Is your elections next year? Because I feel as if a man's going to take over. It's not. I feel as if a man's going to take over this party. Is it the Labour Party she's with? I feel as if something's going to happen and it's going to be a man that's going to take over. She's either going to resign or retire. I'm hoping it's neither. See, as I said before, my biggest fear is that all these people get away with this, away with what they've done. They won't get away with that, I'm getting told. They won't. See, I'm seeing her brain crumbling. It is crumbling. I mean, it is because, I mean, her, her popularity is going from, she was very, very popular to she's all, I would say she's hated. She's hated now. Yep, there you go. I knew she would come out. That's an absolute fantastic likeness. There you go. Can't get any nearer. Can't get any nearer. All her dirty laundry is going to get washed in public. Whatever she's been getting up to is going to come out. I feel as if there's two men going to bring her down. Two men. Two men. I never really answered the question. Was that the real? I mean, somebody was there. Somebody was there. Right. This is for New Zealand. It's a case of now you need a plan. You know, I feel as if she's going to go. I still feel as if she's going to go, and it's a plan that they're putting in place for the recovery. For the recovery. You have to work through your fears. This is more to do for you. You have to work through your fears. I feel as if you have been. You have been. So, in answer to the question, it didn't really answer if it was a real one. In fact, I think it was maybe a man. Would it be a man dressed up? I'm not sure about that one. Anyway, so that was that done. So the last one, and then we'll come and we'll have a chat. We'll have a wee chat. Okay, so that last one. Right, so I'm not really sure what this is. So I'll just let Spirit say the CA Bigwigs, Five Eyes countries in New Zealand. So is this to see what they were saying or what it's about or what should we see? Oh, okay, that one wanted out. Right, whatever this was, they were talking about change. They were talking about change. I feel this is on the other side. We're talking about change. Right, they're disappointed. It was something didn't work out for them. Something didn't work out for them. I feel as if they're going to try something again. Try something again. I feel as if whatever this is, they're going to get exposed. It's going to be exposed, whatever this is. I feel as if they're trying to do something in secret, but they're found out. They're found out. I feel this is to do with finance. It's the finance that they're talking about. I feel as if it's all systems go, but I'm hoping the rest of the cards will tell us, but for now I feel as if this is they're trying to do something. Their secrets are whatever this is, their secrets are going to be revealed. So if they're going to try if they're doing this in secret, then it's going to come out. It's going to come out. Okay. So what's next? Okay, we're still on right for time. Okay, these two. Somebody's I feel this is a country and they're playing the victim. They're playing the victim card. This is a country. Playing the victim card. Right, they're putting up a front. So whatever they're talking about, they don't want people to know. It's all about perception. I feel they're not happy with a country. Was it 5 countries? Five countries. So there's one they're not happy with. Right, they're getting impatient about something. I feel as if they're going to start something, but they can't. They can't get it started. I feel as if somebody's holding out. So whatever this is, somebody's holding out. I feel as if it's joy for us. So whatever this is, it'll no work. It'll no work. Okay, so the next one. I feel as if they're offering a country everything to do whatever it is they want to do. Okay, that's that one. Right, whatever this is, they had something planned and the plans get out. I don't know if it was leaked. It's either the plan will be leaked or the plan has been leaked. Do you know, whatever this is, it's linked to England. I don't know if they're taking their orders from England. Because definitely, because Cornwall's come out as well. I wonder if they're taking it to the royal family. This is confusing. Somebody's saying you better watch it, don't wake a sleeping giant. See this? There's a big giant on there, if you can see him. A big sleeping giant. That's what they're trying not to wake, a sleeping giant. And I feel as if the sleeping giant obviously is humanity. Humanity. They want to keep humanity asleep. Do you know what I'm getting? I mean, I know that this is to do with it, but I'm getting that they want Charles away as well. I don't know if he is away. They want Charles away. I hope you're getting this because I have no clue. I'm just saying what's coming through. Like, there's something about Charles in the castle, right? This could be linked to Australia as well. Like, this Deer Tower moment's coming. Deer Tower moment. Okay, so I'm hoping that he's managed to decipher this because I didn't. But maybe I'm not supposed to, okay? Right, the answers you need are coming. So whatever this is, the answers are coming out. Okay, they will be coming out. Okay, so that was that one. Put that there, and then we'll talk again. There we go. Right, so let's see where we stopped so I can say hello to people. I think we stopped at Amanda. So Kathleen. All the naval boats at the Devonport as well lined up. Wow. Do you know, I don't know if anybody is here from Scotland, but you know what I mean, I was saying was it London Bridge? Was it? I think they were going across London Bridge, right? And it was, I wouldn't say hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of troops, but there was a fair amount of troops going across the bridge. Now, was it just the troops going maybe somewhere after, all the things that they'd done for the Queen's funeral, all the garden they did? I don't know. But it must have been disturbing for people when they got it out there and saying, what do you think of this? Or they could be getting deployed to Leicester and Birmingham because things are going on over there with the Muslim community, the Muslim and the Hindus. I think that's just about to kick off, which we were warned about. Anyway, so that's, you know. Hi Sue, hi Canon. Oh, you lovely people. Did anyone see the really tall person in front of the people marching? Yes, he was. It did say who he was. I think he's something to do with the Queen. I think he was some big high Egyptian, because they did say who he was, but I can't remember. He was over 7 foot tall. Yeah, I noticed it too. It's okay, can't bother. Oh, that must have been me saying I'm just getting things set up. Hi, Monique. Good morning, Karen Soul family. Well, so many people already on here. Things must be heating up. Yep. And Fiona's here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Karen. From beautiful Nelson, New Zealand. Hello. And I don't know if it's Addy or Adi. It might be Addy. Good morning, lovely Karen and everybody from beautiful sunny Nelson. Oh, there's somebody from Nelson as well. And Gail, feel like banks about to close their doors here. Can we take a look? Right, Gail, I've done one. Okay, so I did a more in depth, so hopefully get that up tomorrow. Because I was compelled to. Are you in New Zealand or are you in Australia? We may be a small group, but we are powerful. Yes. So I saw two really tall guys in Telegram posts, called them ant people, very strange looking, like bodyguards, weird. Oh, gee, that's a good question, and that's a question I would like answered. Oh, I would like answered. If the term tyrant herself. P. Oh, her crimes against humanity. Is she the real Sturgeon? Or fake? Okay, that's that one. There's things. I know people who are in the SNP, right? I know them. I know them personally. And the stories that. So I'm need to kind of take what I know about her out so that Spirit can tell me, because the things I've heard about her, geez, oh, is that news? Good morning, Karen from Foggate, Wellington, New Zealand. Good morning. Gail, the poor guys in Russia getting bundled away. Heartbreaking. Yeah, it is heartbreaking. Yeah, let's hope it is just for show, Amanda. Irene, any messages from our mandated for our mandated midwives, health professionals? Is this still her holding on to a bit of power? Messages for health professionals who cannot return to work. Will they set up their own systems? Okay. Outside. Government. Right, okay, we'll take another one, I think, and see how we get on with those. Hi, Linda. Good morning, Candice. All family mandates against nurses, doctors are still in place. Supermarkets are installing digital ready checkouts. What is next for us? Is that in New Zealand? We can do what's it, supermarkets installing digital. Do you know, Linda, I think it was America, and they had got all these checkouts out, and I think they had about one person at the checkout. Everybody could. That's what we're going to have to do it, queue. I mean, the shop I shop in, I'm desperate. But I like the shop, so I'm like, I don't want to barge to it. because it's got things I like. But they always go, oh, there's a self-service checkout. And I'm desperate to say, no thanks, I don't work for you. I don't work for you, I don't get paid. But, they don't seem to have the comprehension that, or the, like I say, the sense to think, if they're using that and they put another one in, and then another one, there'll be no room for me. They just don't get common sense. Hi, Easter. I think it's Easter. Maybe it's Easter. Joyful rising to everyone, and dear Karen, it's great to be here again. I love the people here and your loving and caring presence and wisdom. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. So that's interesting, Monique. I didn't watch much. All I could think is none of them looked genuine at that funeral thingy. Plus the black and white tiles. Do you know it seems like a movie to me. Because I was in the industry, so it just looked like a movie to me. It didn't look as if it was live either. It didn't look as if it was live. Parts of it, yes, but not all. We must shine the light in what we were born to, for I believe, otherwise it makes no sense. Yeah. I'll take a couple more and then we can we'll do the next ones. Hi Maggie, hi Karen and all lovely you lovely people. Greetings from Auckland. Greetings to you too. And here's Pamela. Good evening all. Hi Pamela. And Kimberly's here. Grand rising from sunny Marlborough. See, there's certain words that Scots can't say, right? Like Marlborough. Oh well, we can't say that. But say the boy's name Carol. We can't say Scotland can't say that. Scots can't say Carol because it comes out Carol. Just certain words we can't say. Hi Warwick. Morning everyone, great to be here. You too. And Vix is here. Good morning, Karen and Soul family. Yes, I can say good morning now because it is morning over here. Is that Kier? Pamola? Hi Karen, sending you lots of love and appreciation from New Zealand. You might know me after I butchered the name. You might be teen, but after I butchered that name. Right, anyway, I'll make Lisa the last just now and then we'll get on with the readings. Hi Karen and Soul family from Opahiki, Auckland, sending love and light to all. Right, so that's that one. So we'll just put that there so that I know where I am. Right, so the next ones are. So it was the next. I forgot. Right. See, this is how I miss parties and everything. Right, so what's the next one? All right, messages for mandated midwives and health professionals. Right, so would they be wise to set up themselves? Right, okay. Right, I think there's talk of it. There's talk of dropping the mandates. There's definitely talk dropping the mandates, okay. Right. I feel as if there's support for those who are still, under the cosh. I feel as if there's support coming for them. The mandates will be dropped. I'm just seeing how soon they will be dropped though. Right, it's all moving towards dropping them. Yep. It's a timing issue. Well, we've only got 1 week to go. No, October's the 10th month, isn't it? I feel as if they're trying to get them dropped the 10th month. The 10th month. That's October. Right, they're definitely talking about them. They're definitely talking about them. Whoever these are, they've all got a soul connection. Okay? I'm hearing that is it Jacinda? Whoever this is, I feel as if it'll be a case of, oh yes, we'll drop these mandates, but they'll be left up to the individual, not the individual, but the individual body, as in the hospitals and things, where the onus will be in the hospitals. I still feel as if there's something going to happen in October, okay? Yep, I feel as if they're getting ready to drop them. Yep. Yeah. It's something to do with October anyway. Let me see. They could take a new path as well. They could take a new path, a new pathway, open the not to an old way of doing things, but to a more, what would it be? Mason Thomas. I think it's not the old style of doing things, but it's something kind of more. I don't mean humane, but I'm not interpreting this right because I can't. It's a new way of doing things anyway. So, because I'm seeing the door opening, to a new way of doing it. I feel as if somebody's in talks about doing it. I feel there's talks going on as well as in we're not putting up with this anymore. Definitely change coming. There's definitely change coming. I feel as if just when, like those who are still kind of mandated and everything, when they're at the end of the tether and say, no, we're not doing this anymore, they'll be dropped. They'll be dropped. I feel as if there's negotiations going on. Negotiations are going on. Yep. I feel as if there's negotiations going on between two parties. One party's saying no, time to drop them, and the other party's still clinging on, all still digging their heels in. but the other party's going to win. Do you know what I'm hearing and I'm seeing? The other party supports the government on something else, and they're giving the government an ultimatum saying, right, okay, if you do not drop these, we're not going to support you in this. Okay, because the two parties are worth a watch. I feel as if it's the two strongest parties. Obviously, I'm quite sure she's Labour. Whatever party's in power and whatever party's in the opposition, it's as if, no, it's we'll support you in this. And then it's a case of, if you do not drop these, we're not supporting you. So whatever this is that they're trying to do, I think the opposition's trying to force their hand. Okay, so, and the wee clarifier, please. The wee clarifier. Right, it's a case of bringing love into the situation. It's a case of there's negotiations going on. There's negotiations going on with the midwives. There's negotiations going on with the hospitals. There's negotiations going on between the two parties. There's negotiations going on. But I see them coming. I see the mandates getting dropped. Okay. Right, so I think the other one was Nicola. I'll Nick herself. We call her over here the Tartan Tyrant. Right, so will Nicola Sturgeon pay for her crimes against humanity? Is she real or fake? Will she get her comeuppance really? Let's have a wee look. Right, her popularity, right, cover up. Her popularity, like Jacinda, is at rock bottom. It's at rock bottom. She has her diehard, I call them diehard fans. She still has them. But the popularity is at rock bottom. Do you know what I'm getting? Things are moving in the direction to oust her. They want her gone. They want her gone. I feel the wheel's going to come full circle because what she done to other people, she's going to get done to her. It's going to get done to her. Right, somebody's looking into her past. They're looking into her past. They're looking into what she got up to. I'm quite sure she's to appear before a committee. Because I said it will be the same as the last time when she went in front of the committee. I think it was to see who had leaked that story about Alex Salmond, and she said, I can't recall, I don't know, I can't recall, I'd have to look up my notes. This is how she get round being under oath and not and unable to say anything. That's how she get around it. Right, she's stressed. You know, she's like I don't want to kind of compare it to a tortoise. We'll compare it to a snail, right? She's hard on the outside, soft on the inside, but she's very calculating. She's very calculating. It's definitely very calculating. She's tied herself up in knots. She's tied herself. I feel as if this is to do with something else, so to do with something else that she's been getting up to too. I feel as if she's going to go as well. Because I can see people jumping for joy, but I feel as if she might resign as well. I hate to say, but I see Angus Robertson taking out the party, who's just as bad. He's just as bad, in my opinion. That's just as bad. She knows what she's been getting up to, and she knows that her days are numbered. Numbered. Wow. All those deaths are starting to keep her up at night. All those deaths. Those was it sudden adult death syndrome? Oh yes. The deaths. The wee ones as well. She was pushing the prick on the pregnant women. She puts up a front. She puts up a front. She puts up a brave face. But she knows. She knows. She accepted the piece of the pie. Not only did she accept a piece of the pie, she accepted the whole pie. The whole one. She was in a service, but not to the public. Not to the people. No. But we knew who she was in the service to. Okay, 1, 2. That's a great big yes to that question. Will she get her comeuppance for crimes against humanity? Yes, she will. I feel as if there's no escape. There's no escape. I feel as if she's trying to cook something up so she can get away smelling, like say, get out of thing. Because she's like that. She always comes up smelling the roses. I feel as if this time that's not going to happen. Right. There's a lot of people got a lot of information on her. Definitely. Somebody's got information on her that they're keeping in a safe space or a safe place. I feel this is a man. This is a man. And do you know what I'm hearing? Revenge is a dish best served cold. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Waiting his moment. He's waiting his moment. The stories that are going to come out about her are kind of juicy. They're juicy. I feel as if stories are going to start coming out about her. And then she'll... Well, I'm hoping... it did say she's going to get her comeuppance. So, hopefully... I feel a woman will tell all. A woman. There's a woman who'll tell everything that was going on. I feel this is going to shock some people that thought that the sun shone out her backside. Yep. This is for Scotland in general. Expect powerful change. Expect powerful change, okay? So yes, I think maybe she's going to be one of the first. Maybe she's going to be one of the first. to get her comeuppance. Because Scots in general we're lovely people, we're genuine people, but don't cross us. Don't cross the Scots, especially if it involves number one children and adults. You know, like I say, I'm just waiting because it's bubbling up just now, and I'm just waiting it boiling over because people in Scotland don't forgive easily. Yes, we're open and we're honest, but do not step on our toes, especially if you're trying to pull the wool over our eyes. So, that was the return to work, wasn't it? I think. Right, so that was that one done. Right, so we'll go back. Hi, Delene. Finally, a work-free Saturday. Hi, Karen. Hi, Kiwis. Sits to catch up. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Karen. This whole family from. I think I said hello. That's twice I've said hello to you. And is that Kimco? Hi, Kimco. Hi, Karen from. Is that Coromandel? So it's Kim. Hi, Kim. We'll see where we were. And Monique. Jacinda just done a speech at Oh my G. She's so evil. I thought the UN was rounded up. What's happening over there? Do you know, I don't believe a word that people tell me. I go with my gut and I go with what spirit tells me. This might be shocking because we've still got a hell of a lot of sleepers. So I don't know what's she said, but yes, they are all evil. They're evil. They're evil. And they're so arrogant in their evilness that, they're just openly talking. They're openly talking, okay? Karen, could you please do a reading on sovereign who are candidates for our local council elections in the far north New Zealand, please? Social media trying to slam them as conspiracy theories, right? So is it sovereign they're called? Right, so I'll do two more and then that'll take me probably to about half one. Right, so 7. Oh God, I need to look and see how you spell sovereign. V-E. Right, sovereign. So candidates. That's in the far north. Right, so. Conspiracy theories. We call them conspiracy facts. Conspiracy facts. Right, so I'll take one more. Yes, we saw Phil Schofield's and Holly episode here too. I mean, geez, oh. Hi, Nanny. Good morning, Karen. Lovely to see you again. I love my Saturday morning lives with you. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, they're both full and mine's open. Much love. There we go. I hope you've got a wee sandwich for your lunch because you'll probably need it. Kathleen, white hats in control on funeral. Yeah, do you know that's what I seen about all horse faces neck. I just felt the funeral was very much a show. That's what I felt. It was a show. And for somebody like me that wasn't like did make films and shows like that, the camera work as well. The camera work. Hi Kerry. Good morning, Karen. Ray of Sunshine. So happy to be here with you, with all of your loving energy you share, Kerry from New Zealand. Hi Kerry. Kathleen saying, just watched something on Telegram. An independent paper has printed a paper on the WEF, etc., and it's put in every mailbox. Oh, good. Do you know, the mainstream media are starting, things are starting to creep into the mainstream media right now. I know somebody said that I had a conversation, obviously not divulging who I was reading for yesterday, but we had a conversation and it came up. And you know, I don't believe, know how people say this is a movie. I don't. I believe part of it is, yes, but I don't. There's some that I don't think it's a movie. Um, are the white hats in charge? Sometimes, but we're in a war. We're in a war. It's a psychological war we're in. But just remember one thing: good always conquers evil. Good always conquers evil. And you know, to me, um, it's a case of people need to be awake and they need to play the part. We need to play our part too, as in helping. I mean, I know that people think they're coming in their white charger and they're going to save the day, like come in, like the cavalry, the old blinking westerns that you used to see when I was young, with the cavalry would come in and save the day. Yeah, they're doing their best. They're trying. They've got most people. But some people are still that fast asleep that if they went in and arrested Dingways, like just for talk's sake, Jacinda, yes, it would waken them up, but they would go back to sleep again because it would be oh my goodness, that's terrible, because they're not ready. And this is terrible to say. And I mean, when I do my chat show and I do shows with, other presenters, right, we don't agree on everything. And right now, I don't think I'm agreeing in anything that they say because, she'll say, well, if the white hats are coming in, why are they letting people suffer? And I said, because there's casualties in war. There's always casualties in war. And I'm sorry to say it, but that's what's happening. There's always casualties in war. And it's to wake them up. So, and this isn't over. I mean, I know that some people think it's over and it's all a movie. It's not over. This is an absolute fight. It's been long, it's been hard. Are we nearing the end? Yes. Are they getting exposed? Yes. But as I said, I think it was in one of the readings, they could go and arrest everybody, right? But you still need the evidence. You need hard evidence. And this kind of going to Guantanamo, I don't buy that for a minute. Because if they're going to put somebody in there and then have a wee, tribunal and nobody says, until it's all over, that makes him just as bad as anybody else. No. I want them arrested, but I don't want them arrested and then in this court, because they need to clear out all the courts as well. So I don't want them arrested in this court and then other wee minions will let them go. So they need everything in place. And they're slimy, sleeky wee toads. They just keep sleeking away and sliming away. And as I said, we're in a war. There's always casualties in war, and I'm sorry to say that, but there always is. Are people playing the part? I most think so. Because look at Biden. When have you ever saw the president of the United States just been left to do that? Left to do that. This is an expose. They're exposing them. They're exposing them. Because if they went in rounded up, nobody would know. Nobody would see. People have got to, like me, I still to this day can be a wee bit of a doubting Thomas. And I've always been on board with that. I've always said, there's part of me thinks what we're watching, part of me thinks, yeah, that is a movie, but part of me thinks and knows that we cannot for 1 minute take our eye off the ball. Because when we start relaxing and saying, oh, the white hats will come in and save us, the white hats are there, they're doing their best. They're doing their absolute best. But if we start getting complacent and thinking, oh, well, I don't need to do anything, the white hats are coming. The white hats are coming. But we need to play our part. Because then they'll be turning around and saying, well, what are we doing if they're not going to... Because this is how this happened in the first... Because we were all complacent. Not watching, taking our eye off the ball. So to me, yes, I don't even know how we're going to this subject, but yes, the white hats are... They're working and working and working. But so do we. Everybody that's here is here for a purpose. Everybody that's here at this time has a job to do. And it's just to be there for when people wake up. If people don't... I mean, I know people have suffered. But in this, okay, you've got your family. But this is where we all found we're so family. When we all found we're so family. And I don't know about you, but I have... Anybody that I've came across that's in this fight, and we're all in a fight, I feel as if I have known everybody that's here and everybody that I've met, physically as well, during this fight. And it's as if I've known you all my life, and I've known you even before my life began, and I'll know you when it's time for me to go wherever I'm going. I'll know you again. I feel as if we're the warriors of, whatever planet we're sent to. We're the warriors. We were the strongest ones, because when you think of it, all the things that these people threw at us, and it was as if we had an invisible sword and we just batted it away. Was it easy? No. Do we miss our family? Yes. But are we going to walk away? No. Because we can't walk away. Not when there's children to inherit this earth. So, are the white hats going to do it for us? No. To me, they're going to do it with us. They're going to do it with us. And that's what we need to remember. Anyway, and I want people that done this to be rounded up and have some sort of trial, but not judges that are all in there that'll just give them a wee, you shouldn't have done that. I want a Nuremberg style bloody trial where it's of their peers, where we're the ones. We're the ones. That's what I want. That's what I see. That's what I'm seeing. I'm not one to rubbish anybody else's beliefs. Everybody believes what they believe. And that's their beliefs. But who's pushing what agenda? Even in the truther movement, who's pushing what agenda? You know, everybody's trying to work hard. And then for a wee while there, everybody was fighting with one another, and I thought, this is the aim. And we had to watch what we're doing because they were trying to get into divide and rule, because that's what they've done all the time, the black hats. They've divided and they'll rule. And to me, I've said it before, there's the black hats, there's the white hats, and then there's the grey hats who jump from the black to the white, to the black to the white. Whatever way the wind is blowing, they'll go. And that's the ones that we really have to watch. So that's my belief. Other people have got their own beliefs. And that's because that's what you need, your own beliefs. You need to find, like say, open up your own soul and your own path and your own intuition and find your peace of mind. And, once I stopped living in fear of them, then I thought, right, okay, I can do something. When I turned around and very, very said, I can't do anything about that. Why am I living in fear for something I can do nothing about? And I refused to live in fear anymore. Refused it. And I think most people here have as well. So yes, white hats are here. Black hats have always been here. But the grey hats that jump from place to place to place, wherever's going to make them the most money, that's the ones you've got to watch. So anyway, we'll go back to reading the comments. YouTube user. I heard this morning that both Australia and New Zealand banks are bankrupt. New Zealand banks are said to close on the 30th of September, but they use the excuse of technical issues. Well, as I said, I was compelled earlier on to read on the, what was it called? Remember, know that you remember, you probably know I probably was alive then and now I'm reincarnated. The 1926 stock exchange, the collapse, Wall Street collapse, where people were throwing themselves out of buildings in New York. So I had a reading on that earlier on today. I had it all planned. I'd done all my readings in the morning and I was doing my work and I had all my work clothes on as usual. And I had treated everything, changed and everything. And I had a reading on it because I was compelled to read on it. So as I said, I'll try and get that up. Maybe not the night because I'm getting a wee bit tired. I'm getting a wee bit tired. So I'll probably try and get it up first thing tomorrow. Tomorrow for me. Well, later on today because it is Saturday now. Anyway, so we'll read some more. Oh, that's that. Right, so I'm going to take another 2 and then we can get started. Oh, there we go, Aman. Thank you, Karen, for answering my question. I just think that they lied and the people are fed up with being lied to, so wondered if the time is up. Could be. I feel as if people are just fed up getting lied to. I mean, we had a budget, the crazies, and it's the most disgusting, but it's the Tories and they are disgusting. But I still feel as if it's to wake people up. Now they're coming after people who are actually in work and drawing a few benefits just to tide them over because they've got children to look after. So now these absolutely crazy psychopaths are coming after people who actually have a job in it, who actually are contributing to society. But they want people to have a full-time job. And they're going to come after people. And now people who are actually working on low pay, the reason that they're actually drawing benefits is because they're on low pay. Now, instead of saying to the like say, raising the minimum wage No, these psychos. Oh no. So they're coming after people who've got young children, who work round their children, who can't afford childcare. So that is going to be another, absolute headache. So, as I said, we need to get into groups now and start the fight back. We need to start fighting back too as well. We can't leave it to the white hats because they need to see that we're serious. We're serious. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I don't know if I don't turn up one night, you'll know I've got arrested or something, because I'm not going to sit back and let these people walk all over us, especially when the suicides are going up and up and up. Where was that? Yep. Yes, can the Masonic closed? Yes, Masonic, sorry. That's an excellent question. Yes, Kathleen. That was an eye opener too. That was an eye opener. Oh, that's what it is, right? The 3-letter agency. Right, okay, so I've answered that. Hi, Toba. Morning, Karen and everyone else. I can't join in for the live today, but we'll catch up soon. Good. I hear it. It is the good guys. Well, see, the reading, I don't think it was the good guys. I can't even remember the reading, but I don't think it didn't come across as good guys. I totally agree with you, Karen. I have had the same feelings, optimistic, then despairing. I will endeavour to be optimistic. I just couldn't shake the sense of foreboding. I just couldn't shake it at all. I think it was Wednesday, and then it kind of went away for a wee while on Thursday, and then come back this morning. I'm hoping it's not coming back, well, it's the 24th, so whatever's going to happen, if it's going to happen, the 24th will happen. There's nothing we can do about it. Hi, is that Milana? That's nice. That's a nice name. Hello from the Gold Coast, Australia. And Jeanette's here. The sailors pulling the gun carriage was magnificent. It was. But you know what it put me in mind? That put me in mind of. Remember when they used to have the competitions, and the sailors would pull the gun carriage to see how fast they could go. And I'm sitting there, me being me, I'm sitting there going, oh, come on, just start running, Mare, come on, you get there a wee bit quicker, if you just start running, Mare, that's what I thought. Hi, Angela. Hi, Karen, great to be here. We'll look forward to listening later as I'm away to our Blossom Festival, lovely. Love and light to you all, beautiful soul. Same to you, Angela. The little pony stamped her hoofs. And then there was the wee dogs, remember? Jacinda and Trudeau in New York together. On a plane even. Well, maybe they were singing. I mean, he was probably singing. Hi, Michelle. Good morning, Karen. Lovely to see you and hear you. You always make me smile. Oh, that's nice. Bagpipes were amazing at the funeral. Also, the coffin was lowered at 4:49, 17Q. That's what I said. You can't make this up. But the most poignant part for me was when the bagpipes walked into the distance, and I had got the image, and I thought, "Oh my God, Scotland walks away. Scotland's walking away." Because that would be significant, because the crazies want a United States of America, United States of Europe, and a United States of Asia and surrounding, so that they can bring in their one world government. The symbology was huge. It wasn't half. Dawn. Well, made made it. Great to see you again. Grateful for your dedication. Can you see at all? Will the crazies try to collapse the present current? Right. I've done one. I've done a kind of more in depth reading into that earlier on the day. We must all be on the same page. We must all be on the same page because that's what we keep asking. Hi Sarah. Morning, Karen. Is there something going on in New York? Thanks for sharing. As in, right, we'll just ask if something going on in New York. New York. 8. In New York. We can ask a bit. What was the first? Oh, the sovereign. That's what it was. Right. So I'll open it in. I come back. Right. So we'll ask about that. Right. So we'll take 2 more and then that'll take us up to about past, I think. Right. So sovereign candidates for local elections in the far north of New Zealand. If their social media doing that, I mean, they're wanting you. I mean, they definitely know when you vote them. Let's we see. Say conspiracy facts. Conspiracy facts. Okay. Do you know, the 3 candidates pull out? I feel as if some of them are getting intimidated. They're getting intimidated. Or maybe they're thinking pulling out because of the intimidation. Did this come out of an old party? Was it kind of... Because I feel as if it was a party that was dissolved, but it wasn't like one of the, like so the always been there party, but a part if like it's come out in an old concept, but a new party, if you know what I mean. I feel as if there was a choice between 2 names, and they went for was it Sovereign? They went for the Sovereign. I feel as if there was more candidates, but a few dropped out. Is there a strong woman leader, strong woman pushing herself to the front? Got a lot to say, but in a good way. In a good way. I feel as if this person tells them off. It just tells it like it is. Tells it like it is. I feel as if there's a lot of misinformation coming out about this party, but they're the ones that's going to come out on top. They're the ones that's going to come out on top. Okay, they're going to win. Well, they win the election, I don't know, but they're going to win the misinformation war that they're trying the others are trying to bring out, okay? Right, there's definitely 2 in this party that's standing out. There's a woman and there's a younger man that are standing out. I feel as if this party's been born out of another party. where it was named something else or it was going to be named something else. I feel as if the pressure's getting to some people in the party. It's getting to them. I feel as if there's a couple of people just been left to do all the work, where others kind of sit back. I feel as if people are grateful to them for the information that's coming out. The information that's coming out has got other people worried, especially when they're trying to discredit them, because the information, people must be listening to the information. Hold on, I need to take a wee drink. I feel as if they've been talking about the lockdowns and what's been going on, what's been going on in the last couple of years. You have to use your instinct around them. What's your instinct telling you? What's your instinct telling you about them? I feel as if people, in general, the parties have been let down so much that they don't trust them. They don't trust any parties at all. Anybody new that's coming in doesn't get trusted. So you have to use your instinct about them. What's your instinct telling you? Because your instinct's usually true. That's usually giving you the truth. If they get like a balance of candidates where it's so many women, so many men, and that kind of thing, because that's what I'm seeing. Okay. Right, say the leader of that party, did they come from another party? Because I see him switching. There's somebody switched, but not for a main party, from a party that's maybe dissolved, and he's come from that one. I feel as if he might do well. Whoever this is might do well. Do you know, they're all singing from the same hymn sheet, which to me means that they're all on the same page. They're all on the same, and I don't see anybody with egos in that party. Not yet, anyway. They're very much, if they get in, it would be very much for their constituents and the area that they'd be working in. I feel as if they would go in to bring in change. Well, they might even start exposing people. Unless, if they haven't done it just now, I think they're going to start. Did somebody leave the party? Did somebody walk away? Because I feel as if they've not walked away, somebody is going to walk away. But it's not going to be. I feel it might be just, it's too much for them. It's too much for them. That party can become quite popular. Is it getting a lot of people joining it? Because I can see it kind of getting bigger and bigger. Them getting bigger and bigger. I feel as if they're holding things back, but not not in a bad way, just there's things that they're holding back just now, and they're sitting on things that they even know, that they know, okay? So that was for the first, that was for the Sovereign Party. Right, so, and what's going to happen in New York, and then need to finish with that one. What's going to happen in New York? New York, New York. New York. So what's going to happen in New York? What's New York. What's happening in New York? Okay, let's see. Wow. Do you know what I'm saying right away? The Brooklyn, is it the Brooklyn Bridge? See that big, is it a big brown bridge? It's like a big old style bridge. I think it's right next to where the Twin Towers were. I'm sure it's called the Brooklyn Bridge. I'm seeing it very, very strong. I'm seeing it strong. I feel as if they've tried to do something in New York and it's not material. I feel as if they've tried to do something in New York 3 times. This is the crazies, and it's not worked. But there's something to do with the Brooklyn Bridge. Okay. Is it the Hudson River that the Brooklyn Bridge goes over? Because I feel as if there's something. Oh my God! I hope they're not going to try, but I think they're going to try. Is it the Hudson River? Because they're going to try to get a tidal wave or something. I mean, there's no tidal wave there. How could they get a tidal? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be shouting at Thomas. Oh, what is that? I don't like this at all. Oh, right. No, 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 no. Okay. Oh, I was worried there. It's not. The reason I saw the Brooklyn Bridge is because that's where the first time I had seen 9/11, right? It was the Brooklyn Bridge that drew me to it, right? Secrets are going to start. I mean, secrets are out about 9/11, but real secrets are going to start coming out about 9/11. That's what's going to start happening. I feel as if there's going to be an inquiry into it, a real inquiry, not a kiddie on pretending inquiry that they had a real inquiry. But I feel as if this is going to be televised. It's going to be a televised inquiry. They've been building information. They've got it all. They've got it all. They've got it all. They've got how. This is the White Hats. They've got it all. They've got how it was done, why it was done, when it was planned. They've got all that information. Definitely. I feel there's something imminent. Something imminent about 9/11. I mean, I know it's just when. I know we've just had the anniversary, but this is something else. Wow. Do you know what's going to I feel as if it's going to emerge that those in power turned their back on maybe the survivors, or that not they turned their back walked away when it was walked away. It was like, let's go. And they're great at kind of coming out with all this and all the things that they want to do, but they're not so great at watching it. Yes, there is crazies that thought it was great and were watching it and reveling in it, but this was other people that I think maybe had been coerced into it, couldn't stomach it. They couldn't stomach it. I think they couldn't stomach it because they knew where it was going to lead to. The next conspiracy is going to be 9/11 anyway, so that's what the next conspiracy theory one's going to be. Okay, that one. The first big investigations rejected. I feel as if most people have rejected it anyway. The crazies persevered with that narrative. They persevered with it, even though it was the most ludicrous, like planes taking down new buildings was the most ludicrous thing I'd seen. Like, the public are going to be enlightened to what happened in 9/11, what really happened. It's a case, this comes up quite often where the rise after the event, they're wanting forgiveness. They're wanting forgiveness. It's going to be a bittersweet moment because people will not have to, but people will come to the realisation, like we did, that the world isn't what we thought it was. It wasn't what we thought it was. Then they're going to realise that this wasn't an isolated incident. They've been doing not as much as that, but they've been doing things to humanity all throughout. Do you know what I'm hearing? For some, the scales of justice are going to fall. It's going to fall. Those that are still alive, because I feel as if there's people who were involved in that are no longer with us. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm hearing this was conceived in a cave, but not by the person that you thought it was. Not by and there's something to do with this board. Something to do with this board, and there's something to do with those in the Middle East that like to annihilate their neighbour. Something to do with them. Something to do with them. I conjured up. It was conjured up. For a long time, it was the truth was in the wilderness. The truth was hidden. The truth was hidden. But yeah, there's no holding this back. This is ready to come out. This is ready to come out. Wow, I'm hearing that a woman's the gatekeeper. A woman's the gatekeeper in this. There's a woman, there's a gatekeeper, and she's giving it to a man. She's giving it to the man. as per usual, this was all done for money. Money and power. Money and power. I mean, I remember, this is from memory, okay? It was supposed to be, what was it, seven countries in 7 years or something. And they've almost managed it. Not the 7 years, but I'm quite sure they've possibly got the 7 countries. Yes, it's coming out. The real story will out. I feel as if there will be arrests made in that. There will be arrests made. I feel as if this might be when those who are still in the Matrix will be shocked by that, because it's something they've brushed aside. It was, everybody knows where they were when certain things happened. Everybody, I mean, like my mum always says, she always remembered where she was when JFK was assassinated. When 9/11 happened, everybody knows who was alive at the time, or I would have thought everybody who was alive at the time would know where they were. Now, when 9/11 happened, I was working with children at the time, and I had wee ones. And in Scotland, the wee ones we were only in for half a day, the wee primary ones. So I would have them because I was qualified to look after them. And we would have a great time. I would pick them up for school because we were only in for half a day. We would have our lunch, and then we would have a wee play. But we were upstairs, and then we would come down the stairs when the rest of the children come in and use the big hall, and it had things that they could do, like playing football and everything for the boy. Well, the girls play football as well, and then they were just there to play. And I remember I went up to collect the children, and I was sitting in the car, and I hadn't heard. I was completely oblivious to what was going on. I mean, it had been happening I don't know, was it 2:00 over here? And everybody was glued to it, and everybody was talking about it. And I was completely oblivious because I had the children. So I wasn't watching the television. And then it was my boss coming and goes, "Have you heard what happened?" I said, "No." And she says, I'll tell you when we come back. So I still hadn't put the radio on. So I was still, and it was the children that told me. It was the primary school children that came out and said, "Oh my goodness, Karen, have you heard what's happened in New York?" And I said, "No, what's happened in New York?" And she says, "A plane has, flown into the building." And I knew New York because I had friends in New York. And she, used to send me pictures and a postcard and a Christmas card. And my immediate reaction that day was, my God, how can it's a plane miss a building that size? And I thought it was just a wee plane that's maybe lost its way and went into the building until I got home. And even then, I didn't know what was going on. Everybody kept telling me, but I'm trying to calm children down and try and keep some sort of normality for the children so that they weren't all, kind of panicking. Especially one child, that they all seem to have forgotten that her dad was in New York. And I had said to her, I took her aside and I said, "Whereabouts does your dad work?" And she said, "New Jersey." I says, "That's nowhere near the Twin Towers." Now, to me, I thought, thank God I knew a bit about where the Twin Towers were. I says, "Your dad's nowhere near them." I says, "If he's at work, he's nowhere near the towers." Because I couldn't turn around and say, he might be in the towers. So, but I mean, it was a case of in front of children. "Oh my goodness, that's one tower down. Oh my goodness, that's two towers." And I thought, these children are hearing this. So that's where I was when that happened. And then I went home, and I remember going up the stairs, and I put the TV on, and I went, "Oh, in the name of God, how did that happen?" And then right away, I says, "There's no way the two planes hit that building and the building come down." And then especially when they were interviewing the Like those who went in to put the fire out and the emergency services. And I remember, like say those that went in to put the fire out, they were all sitting there absolutely drained, shocked. And what did they do? What was it they all said when they were getting asked by overzealous journalists what happened? And they all said, bombs went off in the building. Bombs. And I thought that's the only way they could be brought down. So, yes, it is. A personal issue reaches a resolution. So, yes, very personal to people in America. Very personal to people around the world. And very personal to those who were under those bombs, who had nothing to do with this. And what was it for? Absolute greed. It wasn't even power, it was greed. Because they wanted the oil. They wanted the oil. Honestly. So all those people had to die because a few old men wanted oil, wanted riches, wanted money. Disgusting. Disgusting. So I feel as if that's what's going to be happening, and that's what I'm told is going to be happening. Not before time. Not before time. So anyway, that is going to be. Maybe just clip this bit and the conspiracy one when I need on it. Right, so see if I've missed anybody to say hello to before I go. I think I was with Irene. Amanda. I have always thought that blackmail is at the base of Meghan's thing. She knew Andrew. It could be. It could be. Jacinda spoke on behalf of Prince William in New York. That just says everything, doesn't it? Hi Andrew. Hi Karen from Nelson, New Zealand. Can you ask if the third Jewish temple build will go ahead, and if this Q will declare himself as God within it? All right. I'll maybe keep that for quick fire, right? Right, so if the third Jewish temple will go ahead. And if declare as God. Okay, so I'll probably keep that for quick fire questions because that's quite an interesting question to ask. Okay, and welcome, Andrew. I agree about White Flags being in control. Did anyone notice Charles's suit buttons done up wrong? No, I didn't. So noticeable, his dresser would not allow that. Camilla would have noticed too. Yes. I mean, goodness me, he even get his bloody toothpaste squeezed onto the toothbrush. I mean, even that, with the pens, And then the moaning because it couldn't even get a penny back, you know. Andrew Q is not the Antichrist, but an interesting question. It's not the kind of. The question wasn't, to me, Q, but the third Jewish temple was what interested me. See if I've missed anybody yet. I don't know, because I like to say hello to everybody. Oh, there's Kelly. Hi Kelly, just jumping on now. Good morning, so family from Wellington. Good morning. Oh, there's Janet as well. Hi Janet. How lovely to catch you live. Just trust our UK weather is not too difficult this year. Do you know, it's been really, really mild, and this is for Scotland. Really mild. That means we're going to have a bloody harsh winter right enough so that they can kill off a few bare old folk. Just now over here, we've got, we've got crazies in power, but they're psycho, they're psycho crazies. He's just done a budget that's just given. As I said on the chat show, I was kind of singing Robin Hood, but only it's a reversal of Robin Hood where they're taking for the poor and giving to the rich. But that's what the Tories do. I seen that too, Pamela. There was no red carpet used at the funeral. I seen that too. But did you not notice, Pamela? It was as quickly as they could get there. You know, coming out of Buckingham Palace, right? Now you would have had people stretching from Buckingham Palace right up to wherever the hell she was, right? It just seemed to be rushed, really, really rushed, as if they couldn't wait to get away. And Jesus, man, I shouldn't laugh. Did you see the size of that flag that was flying outside? Look at that many castles. I can't even remember what one it was. See the one where she was interred? That castle. Was it Windsor Castle? Windsor Castle, right? Did you see the size of that flag? It was bigger than the flagpole. It was bigger than the flagpole. It looked ridiculous. So it was. I feel as if they've come in and goes, there you go, we can put that flag up. It looked like a bed sheet. That's what it looked like to me. A great big bed sheet. I'm sorry, but that did. Carol is going to emerge about Andrew because that is massive. I feel as if that's not finished yet. You're talking about Prince Andrew, you know, the pedo himself. Do you know he was given? I don't know if he had that title or he was given the title, but we found out that he is the Earl of Inverness. Yes, he's Earl of Inverness. So people in Scotland, being people in Scotland, wasted no time in giving them another name, which was the Earl of Inverness, because obviously a nonce here, I don't know if you know, but a nonce is a pedo. And another one was the Loch, the other name we gave him was the Loch Ness Noncer. Oh yes, we wasted no time. It was even trending. It was trending in Twitter. We don't want them to have titles. Hopefully when we're independent, that's the first thing we'll be doing, is getting rid of the royal family. Morning, Rowena. Hi, Canlight, love and blessings from Bluff. Hi, Bluff. Is that Bluff, New Zealand? I'm saying hi, Bluff. I'm saying hello to the place. Hello, Bluff, and everybody in it. Hi, Rowena. Kimberly. For someone who's never followed politics or the royals, I've sure been making up for it in recent years. I've always followed politics because I've always said that they hold your life in the palm of their hand, and you've as well to know what they're going to do. Hi Donna. Hi Karen from, is that Invercargill, New Zealand? So, oh, there's another one. Miss Jama 14. Hi Karen, they are rolling out 5G towers and roll. Oh my god, these people. How can we protect ourselves? Many thanks. Did I do in a quick fire about the 5G? I need to look back quick fire and see, because I can't remember if I done it. Yeah, Nanny Jules. I did notice that all the tractors lined up as the Queen went through the Scottish countryside. Were all green and shiny and new. Yeah, I seen that as well. I seen them all green and shiny. But they were still doing that. See, when she was doing that big long mile, I think there was tractors on their way to Windsor. There was tractors there as well. Yep. Yoga Belly 26. Hi from Walkatane. Was that Walkatane? I think that's Walkatane. Yes, Kathleen. Interesting King Charles and his acknowledging the Dracula castle and he feels at home there. Amanda. Can people need to think about why the pubs are on their knees? It's because they do not want people to get. Yes, exactly, exactly. Um, do you know, I mean, they just need to think. They just need to think. Up here's for thinking. Oh, I despair of people. I really do. The ones I despair about most is the ones that were awake. Were awake. Oh, they were marching and they weren't going to take this, and oh my goodness. And as soon as the lockdowns went away and they could go about their business and they forgot. They went back to their life, and I thought, I just despair of you. Pronounced, is that Pucatine? Or Fucatine? Fucatine? Fuke. Fucatine. Is that Fucatine? That sounds like a swear word to me. Fucatine. Okay. Karen, what's currency will Scotland have then? Well, the way it's going on, we could have monopoly money. Scotland has got its own currency. Scotland's got the Scottish pound. It's sterling. So we have our own currency. We have, instead of having Queenie on my banknotes, we've got like Robbie Burns. So we have our own currency. I don't want to really be using sterling, but I want to be using like tangible money. They can't stop us using sterling. They could try, but they can't stop us using it. I think I was Scottish in my previous life, natural infinity. Notre Dame said King Charles would not be on the throne for long, and someone who thought they'd never be king would take. Yes, see, everybody's saying Harry. Everybody's saying Harry. Do you know another thing it's come out? Wow, on the mainstream media, I've seen this. Well, it was in the paper. You know, like I say, when you can you look and you can bombard with the paper when you fire up your computer. They are now questioning whether Harry is Charles's. Oh yes, that's coming out because I seen it tonight. or last night rather. Uh, Amanda, thank you, Karen. Spot on. The apology was correct. It wasn't a half. It was just. It was a case of they couldn't care. I just felt as if they didn't think they needed to apologise and they had done nothing to apologise for because they're so far up themselves. Hi, Astro Girl. Lovely to see you, Can. Hi to Sofam and Snooky. Snooky's sleeping. Oh, do you know what she's done now? This cat's going to be death of me. My living room is, it's no need, it wasn't needing anything done. Okay, and it was lovely. It was one of the last things, I think it was my brother done, and I wanted to keep it for as long as I could, right? Because it was one of the last things that he painted. Do you know what that wee monkey, that wee monster has done? I got up, I was ignoring her, and I thought, no, Snooky, every time you just want crispy crunchies or you want some food. So she started clawing it. It was like a rug or something, and I said, stop clawing the rug. So do you know what she started? She jumped up in the arm of the chair and started clawing the paper off the wall. As I said, anybody want a wee cat? She's lovely, she's adorable, she's the most loving wee cat. But by God, if she doesn't get her way, she's broke a lamp when she's running around. Really, she's like a whippet. She runs, just goes from one end to the next. So she's broke a lamp. She's knocked down the TV. The TV, she's knocked it down. She's coming at me full force and putting her wee brakes on, and honestly, I'm at the end of my tether. Would I give her away? No, of course not. Of course not. But I thought, what has happened to my wallpaper? And yes, that's what happened to. Shh, shh, shh. Just because I wouldn't get up and feed her. Honestly. Oh, jeez, oh, this cat. Morning, Colleen. Morning, Karen from Auckland. I have a question about sky towers around the world. I believe the purpose is for money laundering. Oh wow! But isn't there anything nefarious? Wow, I've don't even think I've heard these sky towers around the world. Money laundering. But is it? Okay, so we can maybe look into that later on. Oh, there's Anisha. No, Anisha. Hello, Anisha. Hello, everyone. Missed you last week. Glad you're back. Oh, thanks very much. Well, I had other intentions of coming on, but I was. Oh, you should see me try to dance. One of the things I can't really do is that I don't think I'm coordinated enough to dance. See, if there's anybody else I forgot to say hello to before I go. Hi, Tonya. The family that have just spent a small fortune to find out why people are hesitant to, you know what, get away and keep ruling the medieval. Yes, oh, gee, I know. I said hello. Oh no, there's Louise. Hi, Louise. And Sharon's here too. Morning, just up from working a late shift. Oh, good. Hope you're okay. Shift. Hope everyone's fine. I'm okay. Do you know, I've wakened up again. I've wakened up again. Yes, it's assistant. Trump has a place. Trump has a place for the Spafford. I see they're coming after. Not only they're coming after Donald Trump, they're coming after his family as well. This is probably so he doesn't able. He's not able to run. Oh, there's Paul. Uh, Hope you're right, Kathleen. Oh, he's answering you, Kathleen. Hello, Paul. Debbie's here. Hi, Debbie. Tell us more about the two men. Elva. Hi, Elva. Morning, Karen. I'm a bit late coming in, so I'll listen later. Thank you for all your blessing to us all. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. And Rosie's here. Hi, Karen, and the chat. Hi, Rosie. Yes, Pamela, very much so. Very much so. Even I was taking in with her. I was taking in with her. But right enough for 2050, because I was like swept away in the crest of the independence wave, but from 2015 to 2017, it took me to 2017 to realise she was a globalist. And then I can flip, I came away and I thought, no, you're a globalist then. And then I could have just, every time she was giving her update, I would be in the comments asking her questions, knowing that she couldn't answer, but it was to get these people who were so asleep to start thinking for themselves. Oh, well, there was 100 people in hospital today. Yes, Nicola, but how many hospitals do we have in Scotland? How many? How many are actually in, and how many wards are we talking? That's why I think these people need to be arrested and charged with crimes against humanity for shutting down hospitals and not allowing anybody else any care. Because that's what they've done. The whole bloody hospital. Is the leader of the Labour Party a bad person, Karen? I'll need to do a wee reading on. That's, what's his name? Is it Anis? No, Anis Sarwar. Is it Anis Sarwar? Because there's another one who I really, really, really like and admire, who is the human rights lawyer. He's absolutely fantastic. He was called about as well. I don't know. I don't trust any of them at all. I don't trust them. I don't trust Keir Starmer. Is it not Sir Keir Starmer? I mean, that just tells you everything you need to know. The woman that died with the hand drip that died in custody. I had noticed today coming out of Iran. I mean, they're taking their life in their hands, try to even get this out. There was a young woman. So they're trying to get everything out, but this is now Iran trying to shut down the internet there because they don't want anybody to see what's going on over there. They were pulling down his statue. That was the last thing I had seen, and the men were out as well. It wasn't just the women; the men were out too, because they've had enough as well. Ricardo Bossi had a new message in Rumble as well, said to stock up on vitamins, and if you can, ivermectin. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and push something else. Enlightened. Well, hello, Enlightened. Hi, Karen and so family joining, but happy to see everyone's messages. Love to all. Same to you. Yes, I've got Telegram, Pamela. I've got Telegram. In fact, I'll need to put my Telegram on because I've not put the link on for a while. Because that's where I post. See, things that I find, I like to post them on the page where that I set up in case this goes. But most of the things that I find I put in Telegram. I think that's me found everybody. I just don't like kind of. Could you imagine it? Could you imagine? I would be so upset and hurt if somebody I went through somebody's and then never say hello to you. That would be me. I would be like, never said hello to me. Never said hello to me. I think this is us, of course, this time. Yeah, it does. No, JB. Hello, JB. Hi, it's all good, and I think it's Taupo. We hardly feel any of the many earthquakes. Oh wow. Not sure why making big deal of it in the news. Get the fear up. They'll be like, oh, let's get the fear up so and all the fear. They feast in the fear, so they do. I guess that's this time. Oh, I don't know if Wesley's here, if you'll be rich with counterfeit money. Oh well, okay. Hi Wesley. Hi Cheryl. Will there be an election in New Zealand? Is there not supposed to be one next year? Is it next year? Oh, there's Naomi. Hi Karen, good to see you. Hi Naomi. And Kiwi's here. Hi Karen and Soul family. Finally made it in getting my good my good vid fix with like-minded people. Love and hugs to you. You too. Kylie's here too. Hi Kylie. You're right again, healthcare mandates are dropping end of September, but business are allowed to implement it. So you'll know all the absolute power hungry morons that will be wanting to keep this. Oh yes. Oh, I cry whenever I hear the bagpipes live. Do you know it was like, see when we were all marching for independence, we had the independence movement had our own band. It was great. Right, so Heidi's saying all sovereign candidates are against Indy, AWF, UN, and the World Health Organization. They are also against Three Waters and the SNA. They are the only people to vote for. I never got any negative. I never get any negative with them. Right, I think I've got everybody this time. I seen that as well. The flag draped over the coffin was creased. Also, a lot of military and police had their backs turned. I seen that too. See, they exposed. See, when people were getting when they were getting arrested in Edinburgh for holding up placards, they were getting exposed on the mainstream media, the police, and to do that, and then the one, like the thought police, what the blank piece of paper, what you going to put on it. So they were getting exposed as well. And then there was the broad Scottish voice calling, who was it he called him? Was it a sad old man? I thought he was going to call him a dirty old man, because that's the kind of thing we would shout. But at least he shouted it. So he got arrested as well. And the two that pulled him back, oh no, they didn't get arrested. But the ones that started shouting "God Save the King" had very, very strong English accents. I had said that they would need to bus people up, because it was tourists and it was English. Because the Scots were all off doing whatever they do. We were away. There's Joyce as well. Hi Joyce. Hi Karen from, is that Capiti? Oh no, sorry, see, there they go. It's pronounced Carpiti. That's Carpiti. You'll say that next week and I'll have forgotten. Pamela, this is just getting ridiculous, isn't it? 2.3 billion being given to Ukraine from the UK. I think there's going to be a revolution in the UK. I really do. Debbie. It's pronounced Fukatarnya. Only New Zealand could have a place called Fukatarnya. We need a place like that in Scotland. Could you imagine? Because the Scots saying that in a broad Scottish accent. Oh yes, that'd be great. Hi Donna. Hi from. Oh, I think I've got that one. And Sarah Lynn's here. Hi Karen and Soul Family. Right, I'm definitely better go. It's 2:05. Better let you all go. Hi, oh, lovely Snooky. A typical cat then. Mine is the same. She's let me know if she's not pleased with something I've done. She makes me laugh. Yeah, Snooky makes me laugh as well, right enough. Right, I think that's we say hello everybody. Yep. Yes, I've said hello everybody. Right, so I'm going to end the broadcast. I'm going to get that. I've done a reading for Melbourne as well, right? Because I felt as if Melbourne needed a bit of maybe reassurance. So, but I'm going to get the kind of financial one up, because it was it's because Spirit was talking about the banks as well. Okay, so I'll try and get that up tomorrow. Oh, no, be tomorrow morning, because I'll be sleeping. I'll be sleeping. But I'll get it up as soon as I can, okay? Once again, thanks for coming in and spending your Saturday morning. Well, it'll be lunchtime now. You need to go and get your lunch. As I said before, you need to bring in your breakfast and a wee snack and a couple of cups of coffee or whatever it is you drink, and then your packed lunch, because this goes on forever. It just goes on forever. I love you all. Thanks very much for coming in, and we'll do this all again next week, and we'll make sure that these absolute dark forces just go back to from whence they came. Oh yes. So as long as we're having a laugh and they can't feed off their fear, And that's what this is about, giving everybody hope. And we'll do it again next week. All right. Speak soon. Bye for now.